Good morning, everyone. My name is Ronnie, and I'm happy to be here. And some of you have noticed my T-shirt, right? And I lied and said that this is what Diane calls me once in a while. But the truth is that it's we both go to a Father's Day run over at Deer Lake for a good friend of ours who has prostate cancer, and that is the name of our team, Pain in the Ass. PETA for short. So anyway, and welcome to Wendy. Wendy is a wonderful speaker, and she's back there. Yay! Back to give us some more good news. Yay! And please stand and join us as we sing our opening song, Swing Wide the Doors.
Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Here we go now.
Doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn.
Welcome back. Once again, good morning, and to everyone here at Unity of Westminster. If you're joining us online, welcome. We would love to stay connected with you. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and go to our website and subscribe to our email newsletter if you'd like to be informed about upcoming services. And now I think we can all turn around and wave at those guys at the camera back there. Hey, guys. Alrighty, and for those who are here in person, a very warm and welcome to you as well. And for those of you who, if you are new, and we do have someone who's a renew. Adrian is a renew. A new crowd. He was with an older crowd here before. And Michael, I don't think I've seen you here before, eh? So, okay, Michael, all right. There's some information that's available in the offering basket. Place your information. We'll give you some stuff, okay? The Unity Movement offers empowering ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and an example. And we honor that there is a universal wisdom in faith traditions all over the planet. We respect every person's right to choose their own life path, their own spiritual path. All are welcome here, all are worthy here, all are celebrated here. Let's begin our service with affirmative prayer. We begin by acknowledging with gratitude that we are on this traditional and ancestral territory of the Kaikaiti First Nation, and we give thanks for First Nations people everywhere for their custody of this beautiful land on which we live, work, and play. We're grateful to be together today in our community of joy, to sing together, to laugh together, to be inspired by ideas for wholehearted living, and to connect and love one another. Many names and paths lead to one presence and one power that we call God. That power is creating, attracting, and unifying force of love energy which surrounds us, which lies within us, which expresses as us and through us, in which we live and move and have our being. In this energy and in this energy and as this energy, we are all one. And from oneness, we send a blessing of unconditional love, peace, and abundant joy to all beings everywhere. We are so grateful, and so it is. Amen. And now Diane is going to read the daily word.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. For Sunday, July 16th, the daily word is reflection. I reflect the brilliant light of God. God, the one presence and power in the universe, is expressing through all people, the natural world, and all other aspects of life. If ever in doubt the presence of God, I need only behold the world around me. The light of God is being reflected in the kind words and acts of people, in the beauty and magnificence of nature, and in life's grand rhythms and minuscule movements. I too reflect the brilliance of God. My ideas, dreams, and all I do to make my mark on the world are just some of the ways the divine expresses uniquely in me. Living from my divinity, I bring more of God's light into the world. All of us, seeing the glory of the Lord as though reflected in the mirror, being transformed into the same image from the degree of glory to another. 2 Corinthians 3:18.
Makes me so happy to present to you our guest speaker, Reverend Wendy Yacboski, today. Yay. Reverend Wendy is an ordained minister with Canadian International Metaphysical Ministries. She says trained here while she follows the new thought method of teaching and the science of mind and spirit. As we come to know and align with this mind and spirit, we recognize that our power is its power. We are always at choice, and with God, all things are possible. It is Rev Wendy's passion to help others derive the greatest joy possible through the learning of our spiritual capacity, power, and self-dominion, one step at a time. Through speaking, teaching, workshops, ceremonies, and personal life coaching, Rev Wendy assists individuals to live with more joy than they thought was available and possible. Yay! Yay for that, eh? It's a joyful place, eh? Today, Wendy will lead our meditation and share ideas in a talk entitled A Flow for All Seasons. But first, sit back, relax, and sing along to some music before meditation.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love right here and now.
Am I on? I am on. I love being on. You love being on? Did you notice those pictures on the slide there for Love Is My Decision? They were on too, right? They were really in the flow. I really love those pictures. Yeah, right? So, we are here to talk about a powerful and beautiful topic, flow. And we are going to begin where flow begins, within. So I invite you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable to do so. Maybe just exhale yourself. And gently breathing in, consciously, gratefully, and exhaling it all out. Just let it all go. And breathing in again, fully and deeply and gratefully, and releasing and letting go of all that you don't need, any tension you sense within, anything that you no longer want to hold on to. Breathing in the breath of God, breathing in the breath of life, letting it flow fully through you, and exhale anything you no longer want or need. And now, just breathing naturally, allowing your breath to find its rhythm, natural to you. And allow yourself to just be here now, right here and right now, being held and supported by the chair beneath you. Knowing that you are completely safe right where you are. And know, or at least trust, that you are in a place of safety with each one here. Let's come together to remember their flow, to let go of that which is clearly not flow, without judgment, but with compassion, knowing that we each come here with our own lessons, you could say, but our own life to learn and to be free in flow. So I just invite you to take your attention through your mind's eye into the space underneath your skin. That space from top to toe. And I invite you to just notice. Do you sense a flow? Do you sense an energy? Do you sense, no matter how minute it might be in this moment or not, but an energy that is alive? It's even informing your breathing. It's noticing your thoughts. It's noticing any peace you might be feeling, It's noticing any tension might be feeling without judgment. Just is where we are and who we are. So I just invite you to allow yourself to embody that energy, whatever it is feeling like for you, that is back of every thought, that is back of every function of your body, that is back of every idea or purpose that you may have. It's just flowing through you. And I'm just going to give you 30 seconds of quiet to be in touch with your energetic flow within. And now, with gratitude and with appreciation, I invite you to bring your attention to this room, to the place where you sit, the place where you flow, the place where you be. Right here and right now. And when you feel ready, I invite you to open your eyes.
Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision, right here and now.
Love is our decision. Flow is our decision. I know that I used to think that flow was definitely something of ease, but I thought I didn't have anything to do with it. I thought it just happened to me. Anyone relate? Flow is what happens to you. But of course I'm realizing that it's not what happens to me, it in fact is what happens through me. And flow, even as we choose it, it's something natural. It's absolutely natural. There's nowhere in the world, whether we can see it or not, where flow is not happening. Sometimes we just need a bigger picture, but we know that water in particular flows, and it has different lives. It can be a lot of water with a really heavy flow that stretches really far into wherever it's going. It could be a little trickle that still has flow and is still moving forward, but maybe doesn't go quite as far. But each flow is right and perfect for every expression of life. Now, I mentioned that about flow being ease and also a flow for every season. I know that when I was first thinking about this talk, When I think of flow, I think of summer. Anyone else think of summer and the flow? A little bit easier than flow in the winter, maybe? Yeah. Less clothes, more flow. Warmer, more flow. Whatever it is about summer that makes it so much easier. And if I would have been thinking about it, I would have asked for the song Orinoco Flow by Enya. And I thought that I would just pick some words of what it says. And maybe this is what flow feels like to you, too. Sail away, sail away, sail away. From Fiji to Tyee and the Isles of Ebony, from Peru to Cebu, hear the power of Babylon. From Bali to Kali, far beneath the Coral Sea, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Carry me on the waves to the lands I've never been, never seen. We can sail with the Orinoco flow. And we can sigh and say goodbye. We can sail away. It's a beautiful, beautiful picture, and flow can definitely be as ease-filled as that. But there's some things that we need to talk about to, first of all, look at maybe why it's not feeling like it's flowing. Maybe it's not happening at all. Maybe it seems like there's delays that are happening in the flow. Like it would appear in the flow of the world right now. There's a lot of chaos and confusion. And sometimes the flow stops when we focus on the world. When we focus on what's outside and what's happening in the world and mistakenly take it on as who we are. Whether it's warring, whether it is competitive, whether it is bottom line, whatever it is that's going on in the world, most definitely is out there. And yes, I do agree that human beings, every one of us, makes up the world. But I think it's an opportunity for us now to stop focusing on the outside world as source. Yes, it is happening. Yes, it is reflections of thoughts, beliefs, ideas, some that are ancient, some that have been carried forward from maybe not so ancient, but they are there. But we need to know that there is a greater truth, a greater reality, and I think everyone here knows that that reality, by any name, but that I call God, or Source, or Father, is so much bigger than the world. And by bigger, I don't mean size-wise. I mean, it's everything. The flow we're looking for is a natural flow. We do not need to create flow. We can only allow flow. Have you ever noticed that sometimes in your life when you're trying to figure something out, that it's hard to get a larger idea about whatever that is? It's because the confines of the idea that we have are like boundaries or borders or even walls. And we come to think that that's the whole reality and that that's our reality. And because we can't see beyond it to a greater degree, we think it maybe is all that we can have. But it's not true that when we're able to vibrationally rise, to get higher in our consciousness, we see a larger picture. Have you had that experience where somehow you've been able, your mind, your vision, your sight has opened, and you realize that something was possible that you never believed or thought was possible at one time? Has anyone had that experience? Yeah. And if it's true once, it's true, period. It's about us being in a position or a place where we can find a way to expand, to move in to that consciousness. So we know for sure that flow isn't a season. It's not a place. It's not a person. except that it is us. It is in us as expressions of God. Now, how many of you have heard of or read the book called Flow? I'm going to try to remember this fella's name. It's like Chick High Sent Me High, something. There you go. See, thank you very much, Gisela. But I did get what he said. So he talks about flow as being complete absorption in something, optimal experience of something, being present in the now moment, the only time we can be present. It's about having an energized focus and where the time is gone. How many of you experience one or more of those things in the flow where did the time go? Or, oh my God, I am so specific in this. I'm so clear. I'm just here, and there's nothing else that matters. Flow, when we are in alignment, I want to say this, that I thought that maybe there was a law of flow. And maybe one of you knows if there is. But what I learned is that when all the laws of life are working together, flow happens. It's almost as though flow is a symptom or a result. Except that, of course, God is natural flow. God is natural flow. I want to read a quote to you by Anthony DeMello. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with him. He was a Jesuit priest, a spiritual teacher. This isn't the title of his quote, but I call them flow barriers. Have any of you experienced barriers to your flow? Yeah. So what he said was, the one who would be constant in happiness must frequently change. Enlightenment is absolute cooperation with the inevitable. Thought can organize the world so well that you are no longer able to see it. I'll talk a bit more about that. You have to understand, my dears, that the shortest distance between truth and a human being is a story. So I interpreted it for our talk today. The one who would be constant in flow must frequently change. Flow is absolute cooperation with what is. Thought, what we're supposed to do, not necessarily what's best, can organize the world so well that you are no longer able to see it. You have to understand, my dears, that the shortest distance between flow and a human experience of flow is a story. Now, stories are not bad. They are maybe beliefs, ideas that we create in order to perhaps protect ourselves, to be safe in a particular environment or in a particular activity or in a particular thing that we're wanting to do or wanting to achieve. But truth and story are not synonymous. Story is human. Truth is divine. And in the divine, in the truth, is flow. And that is what we are looking for. So I believe that enlightenment is flow in action. That every barrier is only internal. God is never against itself. Source is never against itself. This internal thing that happens is within our own mind. And as I said, the barriers are the stories that we've made to keep ourselves safe in relationship or business success, in health freedom, in purpose, or in contribution to others. And when we are in a flow barrier or having a flow barrier, what this is that it's a static, fixed, inflexible outlook that we maintain, which impacts our body, our body's functioning. We tend to, of course, have stress and tension. And does that not impact our circulation? The law of circulation is about flow. So when things flow, health can be more realized. Because our bodies, even though sometimes it takes time, cleanses and heals itself as best as possible in any given situation. And stress taxes that system. Would you agree? Another quote from Anthony DeMello is, "The secret to flow is to renounce nothing, cling to nothing, enjoy everything, and allow it to pass, to flow." What happens when flow is stopped, and again, I want to emphasize that it's a human intervention, not a divine intervention. So what happens is when we're not remembering the truth of who we are, we're not remembering our source, oftentimes we're in fear or judgment, not forgiving. We're feeling separate or believing ourselves as separate from God and, of course, good. So those are the delays that are happening. But when we remember our source and to be grateful that everything we need, whether we can see it or not, has already been given, then the barriers start to release. Why? Because in gratitude or appreciation, the vibration is lifted up and we can see from a higher place. Would you agree that gratitude takes you to a different place in vision and sight? So gratitude is one key way to start to dissolve flow. So when I talk about having flow or being in flow, something that I think is important to remember, it's not either or, like I'm either all in flow or I'm not in flow at all. Because in our human dualism, in the opposites that we're so used to, like hot and cold or wet or dry, we need one to know the other. So neither is bad. But in flow, we're looking for harmony. Like, let's just use a stream as an example that is flowing along a way. When it comes to a barrier, a rock, it doesn't judge the rock as being bad for being in its way. It doesn't fight the rock. It goes around the rock. It takes, I guess you could say, the path of least resistance. But it continues on its way. But when we allow ourselves to be stopped by an apparent barrier, and it was a barrier for that stream, it's not the end. There's another way to get where we want to go, and everything and everyone has has a destination. That stream has a destination depending, as I was saying earlier, on its size. That ocean, if it was to lose the sight of the shore, also has a destination that its size and weight will carry it. It's innate within it. So we all have a destination, and it's only our barriers that get in the way. But when we look at these barriers, we need to know that though it looks like form, it's actually a thought that has become a belief. And as Louise Hay says, a thought can be changed. A thought can be changed. We need to make the decision for our experience to be different. We need to be willing to allow ourselves to feel some discomfort in the newness of that change. I just want to share something personal with you, a couple of examples before I move on. One was when I was taking a windsurfing lesson in White Rock. Yeah. I had a great idea, you know. It could have been that I wanted to feel freedom. Not exactly sure, but I'm taking this windsurfing lesson, and after attempt after attempt after attempt, the sail caught the wind, and I'm flying along the ocean, and oh my God, I sat down on the sailboard because I didn't feel in control anymore, which this is one of the things that we can look at that might be getting in our way of delay, in our way of flow, that's delaying the flow, is maybe we don't feel in control. I experienced that, even in that simple example. And another one is I had an aha moment this morning when I was preparing this talk. And it was about how every time as a child, I was looking at something changing in my life that was going to be secure, that was going to be happy, that was going to be normal. Something happened. And it didn't result in that way. And so what I notice about myself is that when I look to something that could be much greater than I'm experiencing right now, something that I can see or feel, but what happens is a barrier is there because I'm afraid that it is going to be just like every other one. And I share this with you only because we need to know our barriers. We don't need to focus on them, but we need to know when we have them and what they might be representing so that we can have another thought, open to another experience, and move forward in having the flow that we really want in life, whatever area of life that is. So I came across an article by Eric Butterworth from his book, In the Flow of Life. And I have to tell you, my jaw fell open when I read this. He said, you don't need to make a decision, he said. Like, you don't need to have the answer. You don't need to solve the problem. You only need to make the decision for it to be different. A decision to turn within and listen to the divine mind, the divine intelligence, which no one is not getting. We're all getting it. But to listen and to act on it. What if it could be that easy? How many of you have had the experience where you've listened, something it just came to you, and even though it may or may not have felt like, how is that going to happen? You did it, and it was like, oh my God, I could have never predicted that this could happen or in this way. We just don't know, because intuition or the voice of God or inspiration or whatever it is doesn't always make sense. It doesn't make it wrong. We need to feel where it's coming from. Is it coming from our small mind, or is it coming from love? Is it coming from a voice for love? That's the voice we want to listen to inside. And then we'll know what's best and what's not. So let's, and it can happen in the blink of an eye. And you may roll your eyes when I say that, but again, in preparing, I discovered that Beethoven, in a chord, apparently, he was just sitting in a chair somewhere, a whole symphony revealed itself to him. What? A whole symphony revealed itself to him. And you may say to me, yes, Wendy, but it's Beethoven. But he was in affinity. Do you hear what I'm saying? He was in infinity. He was, not infinity, affinity to music, to expressing in music. He was open, and he was committed to receive, even though he wasn't consciously aware it was coming. So I believe we have an opportunity to be committed to receive flow, to receive our good in ways that we might not expect or ever imagine that it could happen. Because in spirit is liberty, and in liberty is flow, and in flow is joy. I wish this for all of us. Thank you.
I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well, I am well. Ooh. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go that I have all I'll ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release
did this before, but. Whew. All right, our Monday meditation and prayer service has moved to a mixed format, in person and on Zoom. But for the next 2 weeks, Monday meditation will be on Zoom only. Too much to remember, eh? We'll resume in person and Zoom starting on Monday, July the 24th. There you go. On Meditation Wednesdays, we Meditation Mondays, we enjoy a guided meditation and we read the names of the people on our prayer list. Please join us on Zoom tomorrow, not in person, from 10:30 until 11:15 for Monday meditation. If you'd like your name added to the prayer list or you want to add someone's name to that list, then please fill in a prayer request slip and place it in the offering basket, or send us an email, or submit a prayer request on our website or on our app. And if you want someone to pray with about anything, small or big, at any time of the day or night, then consider a call to Silent Unity. Silent Unity is Unity's prayer vigil located at Unity Village in Missouri. It has operated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week since the early 1900s. Now that's amazing. When you call the free 1-800 number, you will reach a trained chaplain who will pray with you one-on-one. Whether you feel lonely or lost or happy and grateful, consider a call to Silent Unity. Also, join us on Zoom on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. for Wisdom Wednesdays, when Rev Rona hosts a discussion about the previous Sunday's message, which will be flow. It's a time to explore and share ideas in a safe and confidential space. The Zoom link is on the website, in the weekly email newsletter, and on the app. And if you aren't able to join on a computer, you can also use the good old telephone connected to your little box on the floor there. That's what we got. A replay of the talk can be found on our website and on our app. And if you, I said that already. Join us anyway. Discussions are enriching and enlightening, and no prior preparation is needed. All are welcome. And please mark your calendars for Saturday, August the 19th, and come out and support our Pride booth at New Westminster Pride Festival. Hours will be announced later. In the meantime, please mark your calendars, and for more information, just ask Lyle or Cliff. Unity of New Westminster is completely self-funded by the contributions of our community. We are grateful for your gifts which support our ministry. Many of our community contribute with pre-authorized payments, and we are especially grateful for these regular contributions because they help us to remain financially healthy even during quieter times such as summer. So if you're not adding anything to the basket, please bless it silently as it passes you. And as we sing our blessing song, please bring to mind something you're grateful for. We are so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful.
thanks for everyone. Thanks for everyone that showed up today, and thanks for you who joined us online. Please subscribe to our channel and like today's recording. Thanks to our tech team, yay. Our greeters, yay. Our prayer team, yay. Our platform person, all who contribute and uplift our community. Thank you especially to Wendy for her outstanding message about slow. And that guy Eric Butterworth has a lot of good stuff to say. I remember he said that thing about God is not in us like a blueberry is in a muffin. You know? God is in us like the ocean is in a wave. The wave is nothing more or less than the expression of the ocean. So that really helped me understand, you know. Good guy. All right, join us for coffee after the service. Let's move into a circle, join hands, and sing our peace song and prayer for protection song.
I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God, I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God, I am the love of God, I am the power of God, I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. You are the light of God, you are the love of God, you are the power of God, you are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. You are the light of God, you are the love of God, you are the power of God, you are the presence of God. Wherever you are, God is. We are the light of God, we are the love of God, we are the power of God, we are the presence of God.